Hi there, Irina here with you and welcome to our new video. Today in this video let us talk about how to set up your Xanda account to use it for billing and invoicing private insurance companies. We'll talk about how to add new locations, how to add new insurers to your account, and how to record the provider numbers for your practitioners and also the insurance numbers of your clients. Let us start with the initial setup. We'll have a look at all the important steps that needs to be taken care of so that your private insurance billing works well. You might have done this already, but let's just have a look at what needs to be done. And we start with setting up your locations. We'll do that in the settings menu, and we will go into the practice category and find locations. Here you will need to add your locations that you are practicing from, and then you later will be able to apply the relevant provider numbers. I have done this already so that we don't use our time here in filling in the fields, but it's important that you fill in all the available fields here. If you are located in the United States, you will see more fields that are applicable to insurance settings. And once everything is filled in, just click Save. And you can repeat these steps for all the locations that you are practicing from. Next, let us add insurers that you are working with. Again, we'll go back into the settings menu. And here in the payments category, here at the bottom right, let's find the insurers tab and go there. So here you will be able to add a new insurer for all the companies that you are working with. For example, I'll use the Bupa insurer here in Australia, and then you'll need to select the type. You will see some specific types for integrated insurers that Xanda integrates with, such as Medicare Australia, DVA, but for private health insurance funds, we will need to use standard. Enable the show on invoice switch so that the insurance information is showing on your invoices, because that's what we want to do. You can add some text on invoice. It will be showing under the provider information. So for example, just add this text which will explain what the number on the invoice is, but don't add the number itself. Then make this active and save. And there you go. You need to repeat these steps for all the insurers that your practice is working with. And now we are ready to start adding the individual provider numbers for all our practitioners. For that, let's go into the settings menu. In the team category, let's find practitioners and open the practitioner profile where you want to add those provider numbers. If it's just you and you are adding your provider number, you can have this shortcut. Just click on your practice name at the top right and select practitioner profile. Wonderful. So now I'm in the profile of the practitioner where I want to be adding the provider numbers that they have been registered with. To do that, here on the practitioner menu on the left, let's select insurers. And we will be able to add insurers for each provider number that they have registered. So first of all, let's select the insurer. So for example, the one that we set up. For the private health insurance funds, you don't need to select the service type. The service type is only applicable for Australian integrated insurers. Then you will add the provider number. I'm just entering the random numbers here, but you will definitely have your actual provider numbers available. And now you can link this provider number with a location that it's registered for. And if this is the provider number and the insurance company that this practitioner will use the most, like most of their clients will be billed through this insurance company, you can make it default for all clients. This means that when a new client is added and this practitioner is made the preferred practitioner, the fields to enter the insurance information for this client will already be available on the client profile. If not, disable it and you'll be able to select manually when you are entering clients, or the clients will be able to select which insurance company they are funded with through their online forms. Wonderful. And let's save the changes. If this provider has different provider numbers, even through the same insurance company, but for different locations, you are able to add them again. Just select which location this provider number will be linked with. And you can repeat this step for all the provider numbers and all the practitioners that are necessary. Now that we've done the location, insurance, and provider setup for your Zendesk account, you'll be able to start adding the insurance information to your clients. So let me show you how this can be done. So for example, if you are manually adding a new client to your account. This step, it's important to select who their primary practitioner will be. So we were working with Matt. Let's select Matt and click Next. And there you go. We have a new client profile for our client. You can see that the DVA insurance company field has already been added because that's the default insurer that our practitioner is set up with, but we want to be also adding the private insurance information for this client. And to do that, let's go into the billing insurance, click Add Insurance, and select insurer. We'll use our Bupa insurer. And then we'll be adding the policy number or ID issued by this insurer for the client. Any notes that are necessary to go with, and you may make this insurer default for this client so that all invoices that are issued for this client will have this insurance information applied by default. Wonderful. We have added this insurance here, and it will be now showing on the client invoices by default. And one more step of setup we need to do. If you need to show the insurance company as a payee on the invoice, you'll need to add them as a third-party profile to your account. So let's do that quickly. We can do this through the People menu, select Add, and here on the profile type, we will select the third-party profile type. System will enter the business name as a first name if you don't have a person's first name who will represent this insurance company working with you. So you can just remove that duplication from the first name and save the changes. So there you go. We have a third-party profile created for our company, and now we will be able to show it as a payee on the invoices. If all or most of the client invoices will be payable by this third party, it makes sense to make them a default payee for the client. So let's do that. Let's find our client profile. And here we will go to the billing setup page. And in the bill to field, let's select our third party payee and click Save Changes. There you go. Now all the invoices that will be issued to this client will have the insurance company as a default payee, and you will have an option to manually change that for an occasional invoice that the client will be paying by themselves. If you need to track the usage of treatment plans, authorizations, allocated budgets, and so on, you can use the Zendesk Session Packs fee to issue invoices that will be billed to this insurer, for example. And to do that, while we are here, for example, we know that this client is funded by this insurance company, and this is the authorization that they provided. So to do that, we'll go into the Session Packs menu on the client profile and click Add New Pack. So let's select the template that is applicable. So for example, this client has an authorization for 10 sessions. If there is an expiry date selected, for example, they have 10 sessions available until the end of calendar year. And then you can make any other changes that make sense to you that will show on the invoices as well. For example, if they are authorized to have one type of service, one item code. Let's select that. If not, you'll have the flexibility to select different service or product for each invoice that you will be generating later. And now let's just save this session pack, and it will be available to use when you are creating invoices and appointments for this client. And now we are ready to start creating invoices and bill this insurance company for the client's sessions. So let's do that. Let's create an appointment for our client. And let's select the client. And now in the service pack or product, have a look at the top of this list of services available. And we will see the open session pack that we created and just save the changes. So there you go, you can see that the appointment was created, the invoice was generated, the authorized sessions count has started. If we now click into the print, like have a preview of the invoice, this is what we will see. We will see that it's provided by this, let me make it a bit larger. We'll see that the provider information with the insurance provider number. We have also the location information where this has been provided. The invoice 2 shows the insurance company name. The provider 2 shows the client information and the client insurance number. Then it has all the information about the appointment here on the items list. There you go. That's what we wanted to see. And now you can email this invoice to the insurance company or to the client so that they go with this invoice to the insurance company and get it paid. Let me now also show you how you can bill the third party, the insurance company, for multiple invoices and then get paid and record those payments. So what I'll do, I will recur this appointment for another 9 sessions. So we have agreed with this client that they will attend your services weekly on the same date and day of the week and time. And we have 9 services that we haven't scheduled in yet. And let's click save. There you go. If we jump into the next week, we will see that appointment here. So we have billed this client, we have generated all the invoices, we will be sending them to our client, for example, for each session. Or if you want to bill the insurance company at the end of when all the services are provided, you can do this by using a monthly statement feature. So to do that, let's generate a statement for just this client, but which is billed to the insurance company. To do that, let's go into the third parties search, find our third party profile we created for this insurer and open it. Now here, let us go into the billing section and statements. We will click create new statement, set up the dates that are necessary so that they capture all the invoices that, for example, have been generated for this authorized treatment plan, and click show invoice and payments. Yes, so we have captured all the 10 invoices that we generated for our client, provided by the same authorized provider. They have a description, quantity, and everything, and they show the total amount owing. And now we will create this statement. There you go. So once it's done, let's get a preview. So you can print this statement or you can email it to the payee, to that insurance company. Let's go with the print option first because I want to show you the preview of what is included into that statement. You can rename it at this stage so that the recipient will know who this is for. Statement. So here is the preview of our statement. Let's have a look at what's included. So again, here in the provided section, we see our provider information, invoice to, this is the payee, the insurance company information, and the supplied to is the client name and their insurance number. And now we will see all the items listed here with the date when it was provided, individual invoice number, and the total amount owing. So there you go. And now you will be able to email this statement. Okay. And then you will be able to email this statement to the insurance company. You can also use the print option for downloading the statement as a PDF file through the download button or this download arrow here at the top. For example, if the insurance company requires you to upload the statement into their portal instead of emailing it. But let's say you've done all that. This statement has been received by the insurance company. They have transferred you the payment. You received the money in your bank, feed in your bank account, and now you need to allocate it to the invoices of your client. So if you know who this has come from, you can go directly into their third-party profile. But let me show you how you can do this, for example, by applying this new payment through the sales menu. So let's go into the sales menu and select new payment. And let's now find who is this payment from. There you go. So we are now in this third-party profile in the billing payment section, and now we need to make a record of that payment that is sitting in our bank account. So we will select the type of payment method we are using. For example, that will be the direct deposit, the amount that has been paid, the location, any notes, and so on, and save the changes. And now you will see the list of all the invoices that are payable by this account. And you only need to select all of them, you will see that the whole amount is allocated to all these invoices, and click Save. There you go. You've made a record of the payment received, you allocated it to all the client invoices, and now all your records are straight. Thank you for staying with me and watching this video. I hope it has been helpful, and now you know how to manage the private health fund payments in your account.